Holy cow. Seekers of the world. It's so cold. Oh my god. Anyways, we're still here. We're still Team Dale. Yay. Go us. Even if we're freezing. Okay, enough. Everyone focus. So today's going to be a little bit on the quick side because, oh my gosh, I really one of these days need to get a studio that is temperature controlled. I've never actually had that except for when it was in a second bedroom, but even anyways. Today, what are we doing? Today, we're going to be talking about blind spots. I had a really transformative meeting with my coach yesterday. And I can't express to you how important it is that if you're going to try and achieve, honestly, just about anything in life, right? You need a good teacher. You need a good coach, right? And there's two main reasons why you need a coach, even in business. The first is accountability, right? Once we start getting into the work and actually tracking the work and get into the grind, that all we're doing is just working and lead generating, right? Once we get into that grind, we're going to need someone to hold our feet to the fire, someone to check our numbers, someone to, hold us accountable to what it is that we said that we want to achieve, right? And that's why the scheduling part, the scheduling class is going to be so important, right? Again, you have to watch the scheduling class, okay? We're not there yet, but we will be soon, okay? Because accountability is the number one reason for hiring a coach. But what's the second? The second is blind spots. Because we, in and of ourselves, can't see what we don't see, what we're blind to, right? Obviously, we cannot see our own blind spots. That's just the way that it is. Because our brain starts to focus on a certain bit of information out of everything that's coming into our brain, right? Have you ever seen that... It was a video that they asked the participants to watch the basketball being shuffled around between all the different players. But what they didn't tell you is that at one point, a person in a gorilla suit was going to be coming onto screen and then running back off, right? Half the participants were so focused on the ball going back and forth and tracking that like they were asked to, like they thought they should, they didn't even see the gorilla come onto the basketball court and then leave. They had no concept or awareness that that had happened. That's a blind spot, right? And we work with them every single day. The obvious example that comes to mind is religious people and bigotry, right? Like they have selective blindness for belonging to and funding the worst horrific bigotry on the planet, practically against gay people, and yet they think they're doing great. We are morally correct. Hooray for us! Yeah, the part in your literature where I don't. Anyways, so we have these blind spots, right? Either selective, chosen, but more often than not, we're completely unaware of them. I had one of those moments the other day with my coach, and it was amazing. Yesterday, oh my God, this is going to change the direction of my entire everything in terms of this work. Because I had such a massive blind spot that I needed my coach to say, hold up, I see what you're doing, and I appreciate the effort of what you're doing. And you're doing what you know how to do. And you're doing what you've done for your entire life. Good for you. Good for you. But is that what you want to be doing? Because you've said to me that the real estate world, the business world, the coaching world makes you crazy. Right? Isn't that what you said? That your students won't show up fully. They won't get uncomfortable for the work. They won't show up for their hopes and dreams. And that makes me crazy. When you come to me and ask me to coach you to success, I expect that you're willing to do anything in order to achieve that goal. Otherwise, let's not bother. Right? You're not going to half-ass it on my watch. If I'm coaching you, you're showing up fully, together, ready to go, willing to do whatever it takes, including getting uncomfortable for your hopes and dreams. That's what I expect. So, yesterday, when my coach, he said to me, is that what you want to be doing? What is? Because again, we're still working on the 5-year plan, right? Like, we're nowhere near touching any edits, right? We're nowhere near actually working on the book. I've been coaching with this man for probably 6 weeks now. The only thing we've done is work on vision and clarity, not even around the books. Vision and clarity around what I want my life to look like in 5 years. Because, again, once I have that clarity, that vision of where I'm going, and we're still working on it, once I have that vision and clarity of where it is that I'm going, well, then every decision that we make from here to there serves that purpose. A very clear purpose, a very driven purpose, right? Because I don't want my future to look like business coaching. I'm really good at it. I mean, I hope that you're getting value out of what you're watching here, right? And I've coached hundreds of people, right? I understand that world, but I don't want that to be my future, right? I left that for a very specific reason. And that doesn't mean that we're not going to be focusing on those things, because I want you to have those skills to behold yourself in a certain way, in a certain manner, so that you can achieve your hopes and dreams, right? That's what I want for you. And I'm willing to show you what I know to do in order to get from point A to point B. But my coach said, is point B really what you want? Let's talk about that some more, because you're throwing off different signals based off of what you're doing versus what you said to where you want to go. So I was having this moment of like, he's right. He's totally right. So, since I don't want my future to look like business coaching, because that's where I come from, not where I'm going, right? I have work to do. I have a lot of work to do. And God bless this man for putting these questions in front of me, because I'm clear that where I'm going is about healing trauma, right? And again, we haven't even started to get there yet, because I just got to ramp up, right? I'm starting after the implosion of my quilting cowboy business. Totally on me. Nobody else is doing, all up to me. But since then, like, I'm really starting over, right? So what do I want that future to look like? Again, 6 weeks of working with this man on my books, and we haven't even opened the books. Because the books serve as a stepping stone to that new life where I am helping others through their trauma. See, the blessing of what I've been given is my trauma. That is the biggest blessing that I have in my life, without a doubt. And it's because I've done that work and gone to the depths of that, to really sit with it, to visit with it, to be with it, to hold that little boy's hand who was 8 years old and was told that he, because he's queer, is from the pit. I held his hand and I told him, good job. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. To help other people recover from faith-based trauma. I know I can do that. And I thank my parents for installing on me the thickest armor you can even get on this planet. And I no longer see that as my parents' shortcoming. I thank them for that. I thank them for making me this tough. I thank them for giving me this armor, because it is a gift, and it is a gift that I will not waste. It is a gift that I will come in here every day, armor up. I got this, right? because that's what I learned, that's what I know, and that's what I want to help people with, right? Yes, there's going to be a component of business coaching in it. There has to be, right? That's just the nature of achieving your hopes and dreams, right? Is all of these things that we're talking about, right? But again, oh man, I crumbled yesterday. I crumbled after that coaching call because I realized that I'm not there yet. I'm not to the vision of clarity of where I actually want to go because I was defaulting to old ways, old habits, old things that I know. But that's what we do. But then we question, why am I repeating the same thing in my life over and over and over again that I don't actually want? Because you don't have a coach pointing out your blind spots. That's why. Because we can't see the blind spots on our own. Until we continue down the path, doing what we know how to do, you need to have somebody stand in your way and say, hold up, you're incongruent. You're saying that you don't want to do business coaching, and yet you're business coaching, and you're heading towards business coaching. What's up? Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that interruption in my flow, right? So that I can really reevaluate and stop and assess what that man was saying to me. Because he was 100% accurate. He really said, you're going down a path towards something that you don't want. Why are you doing that? We're on a new path. We're not on an old path. Don't pick up that goal and chuck it forward unless what you really want. And that's not where I'm going, right? Because all of this, even the books, are here to help us heal from trauma, especially faith-based trauma, right? Especially for the gay men. Those are my people. I understand what they've been through, and I have the armor to pick them up and take them down the path of where we're headed, because I'm going to develop a course that will help us in a loving and safe way touch that third rail. Touch that third rail. It's the one that was, when it was introduced into our lives, like conversion therapy, that we thought if we touched it, we would die. That's where my work is, down in that pit. That's where my work is. So, selective knowing, blind spots, these things that we can't see while we're in the maze ourselves, right? We need assistance. You need a coach, right? Whether it's a life coach, a business coach, a writing coach, right? You can't see it on your own. Talk to people, right? Get them involved. Because ultimately, where we're headed, especially those of us who have raised our hands and said, I'd like to be a visionary. I'd like to hold the vision of where we're headed, and that we can do different. We can do different. Okay? So, thank you for today. Please, get yourself a coach, right? Get yourself a coach if you are trying to get from here to there, because you will have blind spots. And if they're not pointed out to you, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that that was pointed out to me yesterday. So I need to go back to the drawing board, and I need to do some serious work on the vision and clarity. So I'm going to take a few days off just to do that, just to think, just to journal, just to imagine and get clear on where I'm going. Thank you for today.